Hello everybody and welcome back to some more FoolCraft 3. Last time we finally moved out of the Actually Additions house and we have now got a setup down here in a sort of, a 2x2 chunk area down here. And again, it's not looking as it will finally, because I still need to work out block-wise what I'm doing, but it is doing a good job. It's working out, and I, again, function over form in most cases. Today we have a few things to do. We're back on track since last time we took a little bit of a detour to make that area so that we can kind of easier, make more items in the future, because we just have everything now in one single block here, so we have all our items ready there. So first thing I want to do before that is I obviously have been running this in the background, the server, so this has now got 56 Attuned fuel, which is its full inventory. You can see it's got 30k of that. So what I want to be doing is taking this out, and then we're actually going to take, I think we'll take 4 of these, and we're going to convert those back to coal, because we can then put now 4 stacks through cycling to get, more of this. So what I'm going to do quickly is, since we have a 30,000 buffer, I'm just going to throw a few of those through, like so, and then we're not really going to worry about that final one. What we've got today to do, though, is we now have enough. Obviously, we only need 30, I think, in total to do it. We now have enough to make an energy collector Mark III. So to do that, we're just going to have to make some dark matter. To do that, we're going to have to make some diamonds and into diamond blocks. I hear a zombie. I don't know where he is. If he's behind me, I'm upset. Yes, he is. How are you spawning in here? You should not be able to spawn in here. I have lit up this entire place. It should not be able to spawn. I have to look into that. So 3 dark matter. It would help if I put all the Attuned fuel in there. 3 dark matter. That's fine. We're going to make a red matter. There we are, and hopefully I've got enough glowstone. I do. An energy collector Mark III. So it's the highest tier we can now get, if I can jump up here. And basically, yeah, this is going to do a very good job. The only annoying thing is I now need to grab one more Attuned fuel, because I just realized I don't have my target block, or my target item that it wants to make. So we're going to put this through. We then have 4 stacks of Attuned fuel in theory by the end of this, so that should be fine. So let's just do that. And I don't know why that has 61, but I'm just going to grab some more coal. 3 more coal, and then we'll get on. And then we'll get on to the next part of this. So let's just throw this in here quickly. And as you can see, this is a very, very quick thing. We're on basically 2,000, EMC. So it's a very, very quick process now. And again, this should just be producing in the background whilst we're doing anything here. And also this has been producing. I'm not sure if this is at its max yet. It can't be, because it's got 161 plus 40. Oh, and also I put a upgrade into it, so that makes sense that it would have higher buffer. But yeah, 161 stacks and 40 extra. That is quite a lot. So with that said, what we now have to do is, we've got that done. I have one thing I want to do, which is also actually, Project E related. And then we want to sort of, it links into the mob farm a little bit, but this thing has got a full inventory in here. And what I want to do is start getting rid of, the more useless items into this trash can, and then the more useful items going into a chest over here, with all the, random loot going into the drawers over here later on. But it is going to take a little bit of a while, and I have to make this item, the first item for Project E, before I can make it, well, effectively use the other 2 things I want to do. So I'm going to go quickly grab all the materials, since this is actually quite a big thing, and luckily it's also going to help us in the long run for a bunch of other stuff. It's not just a one and done sort of thing, which is really nice. So yeah, I'm going to go set this whole system up. I've gotten most of the things. I think everything is already ready. Hopefully. Let's see. And the first thing, or 2 things that we are going to be making, are some display stands and an empowerer. I have already got a setup over here ready to place these. The empowerer is going to go in the middle here with a power cell in the middle here with some energy conduits going out to each of the display stands, because the Empower doesn't require power, but, you know, we might as well hide it underneath there. And then that will, you know, allow us to start doing a lot more things. So the Empower, I think, yeah, we can show this. We can do a lot of empowered items. We can also do, when I can quickly see it in here somewhere. There we are. Some empowered canola seeds, which will then make us make empowered canola oil, and that just generates a whole lot more EMC. EMC, RF. You know, power, basically. But to make this, we're going to make 5 display stands, since the empowered requires 1 of them. So what we need is some aesthetic green blocks and aesthetic quartz. So what that actually ends up being is we need 30 blocks of quartz. So 15 and then another 15, 2 separate amounts. And the reason for this is because we need to turn some of these into slabs and then put them back together to make chiseled quartz blocks, and the others just stay as blocks of quartz. They will then make green and aesthetic green and just aesthetic quartz. And then we should be able to just quickly make this once we get some redstone. I'm just going to grab a stack of redstone crystals, or redstonia crystals. Unfortunately, redstone is something we are starting to lack on, so I do need to start mining more for it, but we need to just make 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and then just get some gold ingots. And we're going to need more gold ingots, but it will be fine for now. So 5 of those, and there we are. We have 5 display stands. Do we have any energy conduit? We do have a lot of it. I don't know if it will be enough, but I'm going to just, for the moment, place them here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I need 1 more ender energy conduit, so we're gonna have to make some of those in a little bit, which is a little bit frustrating, but it's fine, I guess. And then the Empower. So just checking what we have of it. Do we have any iron casings? Nope, but I'll make some. And then we need a double battery. For that, we're actually going to need some iron. We're actually going to need 10 iron. I think that is the correct number to be working on. That is just to make some Inori crystals. And it is otherwise quite simple. We just need 2 more of those. And, oh, damn it. Let's just take some gold. Throw it in here. I know we could just make like gold out of, you know, iron or diamonds. In fact, we'll probably do that quickly. But, you know, it's nice to eventually use up our ores. It's actually, if anything, wasting space in there by staying there too long and not being used. So 1 should be fine. There we are. So 2 advanced things, and then we actually need a single battery. And then we need a double battery. And then we need the double battery to be placed. Why is it not? I threw the XP tap out, and then battery. There we are, Empower. And then we just have a power cell, a linked power card to place in the middle, as, or like so. Link that in, 6 million output, and then we just need, as I said, 1 more power cable to set this all up, which is a little bit frustrating, as I said, that we are just missing 1, but it's fine. It won't take long to make. And the final cable goes in. These should all be charged now and ready for us to progress to the next item. So by the end of this, what we're trying to make is an item from Project E called a Repair Talisman. What this does is every 1 second, it will restore 1 durability to every single item in your inventory that has a durability. So it's not just going to focus on the emeraldic crystal pickaxe at first and then progress to the emerald sword. It is going to, you know, affect every single thing in our inventory with a durability. So we can just get all this armor in our inventory, fill it back up to max, and then, you know, either use it still or get rid of it. It's also great for our armor because it is taking a little bit of a beating, but it is still good because it gives us our resistance. So to make this, it's relatively easy on the face of it because you just need Covalence Dust, diamonds, and then there's this thing in the middle called an item repairer. This is why we made the Empower, because this requires a lot of shiny stuff. We need 2 basic coils, relatively easy, 2 empowered Inori crystals, 4 empowered Diamonite crystal blocks, but we're actually going to be making 5 because it's cheaper to make a block than just like 4 or 5 of the Diamonite, you know, single Diamonite crystals, and then an ender casing. And this is why we make 5, because we need to make 4 empowered Diamonite crystal. I might as well just make a block extra, 4 ender pearls, and a block of black quartz. So what I'm going to go do now is grab everything together. We should have everything, assuming the hardest thing is probably ink sacs that we probably don't have. Other than that, clay. Clay is actually something we are going to have to go get, but other than that, we should have everything pretty much just ready to go. So let us, you know, get some clay and be out of here. Okay, so we should have everything now to make the item repairer. I've already gone and made the basic coils because they are so quick to make. There was no point in really waiting for it. So all we've got to do is the empowered Inori crystals, the empowered Diamonite crystal blocks, and the ender casing to go. We're going to go with the empowered Inori crystals first. It's very easy to actually make that because I've just listed out every single item. So we need 2 iron ingots. We're then going to need some grey dye. So I'm going to quickly pop in here just to craft that up. Luckily we only need 1 because a bone meal and an ink sac makes 2. Then we need some snowballs. I just had to go quickly grab those. Luckily I had somewhere that was snowy. Buttons are going to be a thing. We just need some stone, regular stone. So 2 buttons, and then we actually just need 2 cobblestone, which is fine. We can just leap off there. So we're going to just quickly... We can only do it once at a time. We've got to be careful with the snowballs. I don't want to throw them because these are my only 2 I actually own. And I don't want to have to climb back over to where we got them from. So we need Inori crystals. There we are. And this shouldn't take too long because it's just one singular item. There we are. So we should be fine. I don't know if it would be cheaper for me to just, or better for me just to have done the block. It requires the same of these items, but they obviously costs more power. So empowered Inori crystals, they are done. Now we need some Diamonite crystal things. So we're going to go for our emeralds. We're going to turn some of our emeralds for the moment into, you know, diamonds. That's fine. We can always swap, you know, trade back to those sorts of things. We're going to make 5 of these because we just need to make 5. Then we need some clay balls. We're only going to need 10 of those. I got 688 apparently. That is a lot more than I thought I did. And then we're going to need 5 clay blocks. So 5 clay blocks, 10 of those. We're going to split those up. And then we just need some blue or light blue dye. So we're going to need some bone meal and we're going to need some lapis. And we need 5 of those in total. So we're just going to make 6, obviously. And then we just need to empower these blocks. There we are. And that should now be everything ready to place. We'll just do that. So I'll clear my inventory up a little bit just so I can have this, you know, set up a little bit nicer. There we are. And these take a little bit longer just to make because it is a full block than it did for the Inori crystals, but you know, it may take longer or possibly just as long as it would take to do 9 individual Diamonite crystals, but it's only requiring like 2 clay, 1 clay block, and a light blue dye for a block for 9 of them instead of, you know, 1 of them. So we're just going to quickly get this done, and then all we have to do is finish up making the ender casings, and then pretty much we're done. We just have to turn it into a repair talisman, but I'm going to go over why the item repair itself is just useful in the first place anyway. So we have the final empowered Diamonite crystal block. We're actually going to turn that one into just regular crystals, and then all we should have to do now is just make that into a block, and I think we just need ender pearls. I don't have any ender pearls, so let me just go grab those ever so quickly. I love having a mob farm for just this reason, so we can just grab those compared to having to make them from emeralds previously. That would have cost us 8 emeralds in total. So then that ender casing, and then just that, the item repairer. Now this in itself is just a very useful item to have because I'm just going to place it in the middle here. It takes power, so that's kind of the advantage the Repair Talisman has over it because it's just passive. It doesn't require any power to it, but this has power, and then you can just, for example, let's place this diamond axe in there, and it will faster than every second, yes, it will repair an item. It will take power though. As you can see, it takes like 2,500, and that's going to be a constant drain on us. So the reason we want to upgrade, obviously, not only is it just passive, it's happening to all our tools. That can only happen to one tool per time. So we're going to take this. We need to make some Covalence Dust. So we need some charcoal. So we need some wood. You know, let's get some jungle wood. Throw it in to here. Let's get some charcoal. There we are. Covalence Dust, well, low Covalence Dust. High, medium, and then high over here. So those are fine. Now we should just simply be able to make this and take the... Where is the item? Repairer. Is it because it has power? It has a tag on it, that's why. So Repair Talisman, that will now, once we place it into here, start, you know, increasing our durability. And what we can actually do is we can place it into our pocket slot just on here. It's a bauble belt item. So that will still work and will still repair everything, you know, but it's not taking up an inventory slot now. So we can kind of, in this sort of situation, get rid of our obsidian tools. The obsidian tools are great because their durability is really, really high, but their speed is quite low. They're just nice to have because durability-wise, they will last a very long time. Whereas now we can use the Emeraldic Crystal Shovel, which, you know, has a quarter of the durability near enough, but it will now be repairing in the background. I don't think we're going to ever use 2,200 durability in one go without a little bit of a break in between. So that's also going to be repairing our armor, which is very nice. So that's going to go up. So that just means that it's less likely to, you know, break on us, or actually, if anything, it's impossible for it to break on us unless something can inflict 528 durability in one go in under a second. And again, this doesn't require any sort of, you know, fuel or anything. It doesn't require any covalence dust or anything of the sort, so that's really nice to have. Now this does lead into something else up here. We're just going to quickly sleep. Also, I want to just check up on how many of these we made. We've actually made 9. That's actually pretty good. With these items over here, you know, we have a lot of gold, chain, and iron. Chain is less of an issue because basically, the way this works is if I were to use chain armor, I can smelt it down for an iron nugget. That is fine. Same goes for gold and iron in general Minecraft. That's just how it works. And you can see that's the only durability things, or the only recipes with that durability. However, with iron chestplates, we can also do that, for example, but we can also make this thing called an Induction Smelter from thermal expansion, and with a bit of sand, which is very easy to get and just produce, it will then turn that into 4. So we're not only timesing by 9, we're actually timesing our output by 36. We're going from 1 nugget to 4 ingots. So that is very good. That is, I think, the best way to do it. And then we don't even have to worry if it's got a enchantment on it. We can just, you know, not have to worry. Obviously, it might be nice to look into some enchantments if there's some really good ones. But, you know, for the moment, we're fine. So what we can do is just sort of take this chain armor, because chain we don't really have to worry about, and we're not getting rid of it. We're just going to keep those 3 types of armor. Iron, chain, and gold. Also, you can get gold swords and shovels. Iron swords and shovels, we're just going to use those. But for the moment, what we can just do is take this stuff, throw it in here ever so quickly, and it will smelt in. And it will just, you know, make some iron nuggets on the side. That's really nice. But what we need to do, and what I'm going to place in this bottom slot here, because I want it to all go into this output chest here, is I want to make an induction smelter. And then we just need basically to get a bunch of sand, which we can even just do with the Philosopher's Stone, or we can just pulverize some, you know, or sag mill some gravel or coal, cobble into gravel and gravel into sand. So yeah, I'm going to go quickly make the induction smelter, get onto that, and then we also have actually one more item to make after that, which, or one more block machine, which is just going to help with the sorting of items up there. Okay, so Induction Smelter is sorted. We've also got some upgrades ready for this thing. So we're going to put it there. We're just going to output only everything to there. We're going to lock. We're actually going to put that in there quickly because this is only going to bring in food because of the Trivection chamber. So we can actually just double use this whole thing. So we're then going to add a hardened upgrade, a reinforced upgrade kit, and then we're going to put 2 auxiliary reception coils in there. That's just going to speed it up a ton. Now we just need some sand. So what I'm actually going to do is get some gravel. since we have a absolute ton of it. We're going to sag mill that in, but what I want to do is obviously disconnect this thing because that's going to be the main issue. And that's just going to make a bunch of sand, which we can also place into that side area. And as you can see, I've been just basically repairing a few things. I don't think it works on the engineer's hammer. No, it doesn't. Does it work on the knife? No, it doesn't. Okay, but I've been taking some things, you know, these iron armors that have, you know, low durability, and I've just been, you know, repairing them. Obviously, stuff like the wooden pickaxe we're eventually just going to get rid of. In fact, I can just get rid of it now. I'll place it, you know, just throw it over there. And same with the stone one. I swear I had a stone pickaxe. Oh, it's in my inventory. There we are. I'm going to keep the stone hoe just because I can. But yeah, this is good because, you know, chain stuff especially, as well as gold. Gold is great because it has low durability. So it doesn't take as long to repair. I am sort of tempted to make another item repairer just to have the durability or the speed, you know, of it. But for the moment, what we're going to mainly focus on is gold. We're actually relatively low on gold, and all this stuff is going to be a very good, you know, quick way of making it. Unfortunately, the only issue here is it will not work with non-full durability items. So again, gold is great for this because it has low durability. We just have to wait for it to repair. So as soon as we get like sand in here, for example, we will basically, you know, take this golden boots. They should go in on the left side if we set it up to auto insert. And then we're just going to place some sand there. It will do that. And then in here, we should get, for example, 2 gold ingots. And then eventually, once all this other stuff repairs, we can start working on it with other stuff as well. So that should be good. So what I'm going to do is just sort of clear that out. I'm also going to make the last item I need over here, or the last block. I do have to go to the nether, I think, to actually finish that up. Or I might have the items, luckily, if I'm lucky enough to have remembered to pick them up, ready to do that, and that should also help us up. And also having this Repair Talisman will mean that machine lasts longer, which I'll get into why that's a thing when we actually make it. So the block we want to go and make is a slice and splice. We have pretty much everything for it, except we just need to put a machine chassis, a simple machine chassis, and then we have this lovely thing called a soul attuned powder, which I've just finally made. We were going to have a real issue because you need some brown dye for this. You need 2 lapis, 2 organic brown dye, 2 organic black dye, which is just like egg and coal, and then 4 crushed quartz. This one's a bit of a pain because you need either twigs and prunings or like a brown dye. Luckily, I found a brown sheep, which, you know, drops brown dye or cocoa powder. So it worked out. But basically, yeah, we just need to throw this into the alloy smelter ever so quickly. And you can see all these items we've now made. Get out of my face. Maybe you'll drop the... Oh, I was about to say maybe you'll drop the shovel and we can just repair it, but unfortunately not. There we are, though, the slice and splice, and we are going to have to put 2 items in here. We're going to need to put, well, first a capacitor, but also an axe and a set of shears, and we can just repair those every time they get used. So, unfortunately, they got used in that situation to craft it up, so we're just going to go grab a simple iron axe and just a set of shears. And I don't think I have a spare capacitor. I do. Let's see if the capacitor of what is this doing works. Well, 158, that actually is pretty good. So let's just throw those in there. And next we need to make, basically the entire reason we're making this is so we can make some filters. Right now, we could make a basic item filter, except it's basic. We then want to, at very minimum, go for an advanced item filter because that allows us to have more, well, not more space, but we can work it via, specifically via damage, MBT, and all this other stuff. Really what we want to go for is a big item filter, which is a little bit more expensive, though it is makeable. But after that, what we really want to make is go for an advanced item filter, get 2 shulker shells, which unfortunately we can only get from shulkers, which means we have to go to the end, and that makes a advanced big item filter, which just basically has a whole lot more inventory space. Unfortunately, we can't do that just yet because, you know, we haven't got the items. So we need to make a Z logic controller, which basically just means silicon, 2 silicon, a bit of gold, soul sand, redstone, and a zombie head. Essentially, that should be all that there is for this. Unless I'm really forgetting something. Nope. So once that all smelts up, eventually, it's taking a little while for some reason. There we are. Boom, 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 boom. So that's going to craft up and make a very weird noise. This will take some durability. That takes like 4. Yeah, 4 durability. This takes only 3. I'm just going to repair those up ever so quickly. And then, you know, we now have our Z-Logic controller, which means we can make this. We just need some paper, which, again, very, very simple to make. So an advanced item filter, that now means we can take the item conduits that we have here, and we can just basically, it's not going to be amazing because, again, we want the big advanced one to do this perfectly, but it's going to allow us to take specific items out of here, more specifically, or the most specific. Oh, I got this decorative zombie thing. The items we specifically want to work with are, or take out, are bows and leather armor for the moment. The rest can kind of stay, because this only has, you know, actually, no, this actually has 10 slots, I've just realized. So what we can do is, I'm just going to take a full set of leather armor out of here. Doesn't matter durability because it won't, you know, deal with it anyway. So these are the priority ones. So because these take up just most space. So just like that, we're going to match or ignore MBT, ignore damage, and only those items are going to go in there. We're going to insert. We're going to then do that quickly, and this should now start to remove all these. Shields are something else that can go. So there we are. That should now take those away. And you can see this is just becoming a lot clearer now. We also want to take away bullets if we can. And then there should be some, occasionally like a pistol should show up. We're going to get a feather and the splash potion of this. We'll just throw those down here quickly, because occasionally I guess they'll show up. But now this should mean this is a lot clearer. We can now organize this a little bit better, and get all this stuff repaired and such. So eventually what I want to do is when we get the advanced big item filter, we can then export all these stuff we want to repair, because I think there's more, definitely, yeah, there's definitely more than 10 items, because each set of armor is going to be 8, and there's 3 sets plus this, so what's that going to be? You know, 12, 14 different items we specifically want to take out of here, and then, you know, that only has 10, so we need an extra 4 slots. So we could kind of do it. I guess we took a filter from here and a filter from underneath and went to the same spot, but maybe we'll do that, maybe we won't. But then we could put this into like an alchemical chest with a talisman of repair in it, and then you know, take everything out when it's at full durability, you know, only, and then put it in the induction smelter or whatever. But for the moment, what we're just going to do is we'll do it basically manually, where we just, you know, take the items we want. Like, we want gold stuff for the moment. Let's just take the gold, repair it up, and then take it over to here and just, you know, get our inventory, you know, or our items and our gold obtained, because we're getting a lot of items when you actually look at it. You know, it's a lot more gold now. 193, and we had like 11, I think. So it's definitely worth doing. And not only is it just generally now keeping our armor and our, you know, tools constantly up, and I mean the obsidian shovel is even back up to 6,000, but it's just gonna help us out in the long run with this sort of thing. So let's just do a quick checkup on this. 18. Okay, cool. There's no real upgrades we can do this, so it's not like we can change anything now. But I kind of want to think about making a dark matter sword, because that would be kind of cool. I think we could actually just afford that. We could probably even make a red matter sword, because what that requires 2 red matter. We just need a lot more diamonds. That's the only thing. So with the dark matter, at least. Yeah, it has no durability, but we could just make 2 diamond blocks. Yeah, we definitely need more diamonds. 2 dark matter and a diamond right there. That is going to be 13 attack damage compared to our 9 here. Obviously, with the emerald sword, we would be able to enchant it, but for the moment, I like the idea of having the dark matter sword. And if I'm correct, just ever so quickly, we can slay enemies in here just by pressing a hotkey. So that's pretty good. The dark matter or the red matter one will do obviously more damage. I think, what is he? That does 13, this does 17. So it won't one-hit kill because that's 20, but with a crit, should do pretty well. 2 hits, 2-hit crit. Should be good. So that's just a little bit of an upgrade, which is nice. And then I guess sometime in the future we might go with like red matter or dark matter armor and then red matter armor. But again, for the moment, we just need diamonds. I need that hat. I need that hat. Yeah, we just need diamonds for the moment. So I'm going to have to get working on this villager. In fact, I actually have one thing I want to do with this villager quickly that I remember existed, and it will just make lives maybe a little bit easier for getting these emeralds. So the final thing that I just thought of was basically a way of making the villager trading a bit more automatic. There is this item or block called a villager trade exchanger, which requires not actually many resources. So we're going to take that, we're going to make it, and what we can do is I've got that villager we had in a mob imprisonment tool, which is how we originally brought him over here, and I'm just going to grab some energy conduits. Hopefully it will, you know, we're not going to have any issues with... Ooh, that might be an issue, what I just did. I will fill that in, I swear. Right, I just need to find... Here it is. So, this is already set up to work properly. I don't know why I didn't just do this. Basically, what this does is we can throw a... you know, villager in there, and it will, you know, in a mob imprisonment tool, and it will do the trade for emeralds automatically. It takes a 10k buffer, so it basically increases by 10 RF every tick. So every 1,000 ticks, it will, you know, fill up, and once it reaches 10,000 RF, it will conduct a trade with the item in its inventory. So we don't have any wheat right now, but basically what I'm planning to do is just harvest some wheat. We might even make a farming station for it. Harvest some wheat, put it in like a barrel here. We can then put it into here with an item conduit, and then have a regular filter only pulling out emeralds. So pull out emeralds, only pull out, you know, only input wheat, output emeralds, just as a constant thing. And if we have, you know, depending on how much you know, wheat we actually obtain, especially if we've got a farming station, it might turn out to be a whole lot more. You know, that would just be producing emeralds in the background, which would be good. So we just get a big drawer full of wheat, you know, outputting, and then output up, you know, up to the top or whatever, you know, with going to emeralds. So that should be good, but I'm just going to do that in the background. I just wanted to make this thing. I need to fill in this area, so I'm going to go quickly do that. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode, where I'm not entirely sure what I have planned yet, but I'll work out something. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.